Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video on Marvel Contested Champions. In particular, this video is going to focus on that pesky master rerun. You know what I'm talking about, Kang, all or nothing with the power gain. Oh, it's tricky, but I found a few ways, hints and tips to make this a little bit more easier for people. Some people have completed this, well done, but some people are struggling, and this video is largely to help those people out. In the video, we're going to talk about key characters that will be used against Kang. The idea behind power locking, power burning, and power stealing being the main focal point. We'll also loosely talk about things like synergy teams. So what do we know about this character? Obviously, before starting this, for people that haven't started it yet, you really need to know it's a strong 5-star champion. We're talking 14,000 of a rating. And the nodes that you need to look out for is the fact of power gain, which increase all power gain by 100%, so that's going to be something to really look out for. A lot of champions in master mode seem to gain power extensively higher than normal. All or nothing, which is the main thing about this video. The champion stores power until they're ready for the third special, so you're not going to hit by L1, which is usually the most easiest thing to evade away. L2 a little bit more difficult, but based on the special 3 bias, the defender is more likely to activate the special 3. So, it's going to be bad, but at the same time, there are ways around it. It's not an impossible affair. It just needs a good bit of preparation and the good kind of selection of champions to use against him. As I said, preparation is key, and there's 3 things that you need to remember. If something extensively gains power, you will need power burn, power lock, and power steal. These 3 things, and it doesn't matter about application of it, it's just if you've got something that takes away power or takes the power and gives it to you, or power locks, so basically they can't gain power. These are 3 elements, key elements, that we will take against Kang, as we don't want to get hit by that third special. We don't want that at all, so we need to keep that power at bay. Now, the champions that I've hand-picked for this particular battle, there's 7 in total, 7 that I've used in total, 6 of which are kind of, they're proper ones that should be done for the purpose of this video. And there's one champion which I do enjoy using, and I'll explain a bit about why that champion was used, because it does kind of break the mold of what I said earlier. So the champions that I used were based on power burn, power lock, and power steal. So to start off with, the first character is Winter Soldier, based on signature ability for EMP upgrade. In that, 15% chance to power drain his target for 20.83% of target's max power. It worked from time to time, but I'm not a big fan of using this character. I always think that if you're playing, you have to really enjoy playing with certain champions. And I don't really enjoy playing Winter Soldier. It's just my prerogative. But the extent of power drain is helpful, and we did see at times that it was working. Obviously, the less of the percentage, the 15% chance, is not too great. So it's all about consistency. And if one is not consistently putting in a power drain, then it's not going to be very good for useful purposes. But I thought it was best to cover a champion like this. I'd say better with a crit rate team, and better with being awakened quite a bit with regards to, increasing that percentage, as well as ranked up increases that percentage a bit more for the max power being drained. Another great champion to use is Dormammu. This is one of my favorite characters at the moment, and I cannot wait to rank this guy up. I'm just, that Mystic tier 4 class Catalyst is evading me, but the L2 and the finisher combo with a medium tack. The finisher combo with a medium tack is alright. It does something with regards to reducing that power, but it's not great. I was finding that I would have to build up and stay blocked, building up that L2 to smash in the L2. Why is the L2 so important? Well, 100% chance to power lock, which, is essential here. Power locking is incredibly important. Severing the target's power for 9 seconds, not a huge amount of time, but still long enough, and drains 20% of the target's max power per hit. I mean, it's good. It then applies on a power burn, but I have found that obviously it's just, it's sometimes I see it working, sometimes I don't. It was good. It was a good champion to use, but not the best. Next up on the plate is Hawkeye. Hawkeye was actually quite good, funnily enough. I don't really overly enjoy playing with this character, so I just don't think I played him as well as I could have done. However, though, the L1 is great because of applying a bleed, but also at the same time takes 40% of the target's max power. Fantastic. Can't ask for anything more. Building up to the L1, smashing this guy with a power gain synergy team may mean that he's gaining L1 bar just so much more quickly like that, and then boom, he's hitting in, he's then depleting off. So the fact that the enemy gains power quickly, this character can get an L1 off, boom, there you go, and then you're starting taking down, depleting that health, also applying in a bleed. Even better when you're doing a hemorrhage for the signature ability and bleeding the enemy character out a little bit more, because Kang does bleed. Scarlet Witch was good. I did enjoy using her. The 4-star version was a lot better than the 3-star version, because things seem to work. I don't know, sometimes things work out better for Scarlet Witch, especially because mine's level 99 for the 4-star, and you know, at the time she was in Alliance Quest. I still use her in Alliance Quest. Still quite good champion. Not obviously as good as she used to be, but still, you know, pretty solid when it comes to things like power stealing, power locking. Great all-round champion, and also keeping the enemy stunned, which again is great. So that's another option there. Next character is Hulk. This is, as I said, the one kind of iffy one, in that the way that I played this champion is keeping a constant stun, and the same thing could be said for a character like Ronan. However, though, I enjoy playing with Hulk. He was my first ever 4-star, and I've had him for a while. The extensive buff that's been given to him has made that this constant stun off the L1 is just a repetitive stun. I've done a video on this, so it can be used with a power gain team. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. And the way that I play it is L1, boom, hitting a stun, build up the combo, stop the combo, build it up again from scratch. So it's not ending the full combo. It's like ending the combo in a medium and then pausing and then hitting in as well in order to build that L1, and then you've got that constant special one being put in again and again and again. The same thing could be said for a character like Ronan, so that could be used as well. It's really kind of up to you. 2 more characters to talk about now. Solid champion in the shape of Vision. Age of Ultron version this is, and yeah, you just can't ask for a better champion than this for power stealing. And, you know, it's that L1 is 100% chance to disrupt the target, taking 22.43% of power. I really can't wait till I awaken this character even further, so add more signature abilities to him, because he's getting more of a... I'm finding more of a need for him nowadays than I used to. Great champion, and perfect for this, because there's no class disadvantage. Like for like, get him in, hit the L1, and keep applying it. Some real solid gameplay from this guy. A few mistakes from myself, but that doesn't really matter, because it proves the point that Vision, Age of Ultron can be used. Obviously better if you have him super awakened and super signatured at 3-star. He's going to be a lot better. And yes, without further ado, this is the champion that I used and actually really enjoyed using. Obviously Magik is a go-to champion at the moment for stuff, and when it comes to signature ability, it's the L2 that makes it. So 85% chance for power lock, severing the target's flow of power for 9 seconds, so it's a little bit longer than the 8 seconds prior with I think Vision. 100% chance to power steal, taking 33% enemy power as your own. Fantastic. And I'll explain the strategy behind how and why, because people might go, well, I need to get an up an L2, and if I hit the enemy quite a bit, then they're going to gain power. Yes, that's correct. However, though, my strategy for this was I was hitting the enemy, building up 1 bar of power, and then I was kind of leaving the enemy about 2.5 power bar, and then I was allowing myself to get not hit, but hit while blocked. And whilst I was hit by blocked, I was gaining a little bit of power, and it was good to do that, because then the enemy would do a heavy attack, I'd then evade away, and then I'd repeat that. So I was building up my L2. So while blocked, building up the L2, and then I was applying it. The enemy was then having his power stolen to me, we were applying a 9-second power lock, and I had power. So therefore, while the enemy had least power, I was then gaining more power. The L2 was easier to get to again. I then applied it, took a lot more power, power locked again, and got more power from the power still, and repeated. So it's just a repetition process of gaining a L2, constantly applying the L2. But when you can do it once, when you can apply one L2, you're set for the rest of the match, and it's a lot easier to repeat against the enemy. Obviously, don't worry about being hit so much. Try and look out for when you're in limbo. Hopefully you can get in limbo when you're getting hit, because obviously you'll get regeneration back. So that's really my top advice. Magik saves today, but there are other options. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it's helped out a few people to get an idea about what champions they could potentially be using against the character like All or Nothing Kang on Master Mode. Share it with somebody that may find this a little bit helpful, and give support to the channel by hitting that like button, subscribing for more Marvel Contested Champions content. And as always, catch me on social media, link is in the description. Catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.